Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some brand new information about Ghost Recon Wildlands. And so yesterday there was a brand new trailer that Ubisoft put out that they actually broke it down into a 5-minute trailer, but then they also posted the full gameplay, which was like 21 minutes long. And this basically showcased the single player as if you were playing solo and your 3 teammates were all AI controlled. So it's pretty cool. We got to see a lot of cool new things, and the gameplay you're actually seeing here is from that trailer. But one of the cool new things we got to see was actually our first look at the skills tree. So basically, as you rank up in this game, you unlock skill points, and you can use those skill points to unlock skills. So here's the first look at this. We have 5 different categories, and the first one is your weapon. So the first 2 traits you can see here is steady aim and hip fire spread. So that's basically all to do with aiming. And I'm pretty sure you do have to upgrade a little bit of those before you can upgrade more. I'm not sure exactly how that skill tree is going to work. But those are basically just helping you out with aiming, whether you're hip firing and you're ADSing. And then the next category there is the grenade launcher, ammo capacity, and VHC destruction. So obviously the grenade launcher, I'm assuming that's going to make it so you can either shoot the grenade launcher faster, shoot it farther, maybe a little bit more explosive damage, so forth, stuff like that. Ammo capacity, pretty self-explanatory. It's just going to make it so that you can carry more ammo and stuff like that, which is actually when you get in the open world of this game, it's going to be really crucial to not run out of ammo. VHC destruction, I'm assuming that's vehicle destruction. Basically, it's going to make it so you can destroy all the different kinds of vehicles in the game a little bit quicker, which is going to be very helpful against armored vehicles and stuff like that. Next up, you see the advanced suppressor and time to aim, which advanced suppressor, I'm assuming there's going to be a certain suppressor in this game that's going to be a certain level of stealth. And then there's going to be advanced suppressor, so it's going to actually make it so that you shoot quieter, and it's going to be able to make alert enemies less. Time to aim. Basically, if you guys follow Call of Duty at all, it's going to be like quick draw. It's basically going to make your aim down sight a little bit faster. And then last but not least, you see ammo retention. I'm assuming this is basically when you reload. When you reload and your magazine is not empty, I'm assuming maybe you lose the rest of the ammo in the magazine. I'm not quite sure how that's exactly going to work, but I'm sure we'll get a little bit more details on that very, very soon. I'm really curious to see how that's going to work because it is just a little bit vague. The next set here is drone. And this basically, the first 3 you have battery, night vision, and cooldown, which obviously this is basically just simple stats that are going to go with the drone. Battery is basically going to, when you upgrade the battery, you're going to be able to fly the drone for a longer period of time. Night vision is going to basically enable so that the drone has a night vision feature, which if you're going to do missions at nighttime to be stealthy, that's going to come in handy very, very often. And cooldown, I'm assuming that you're only allowed to call the drone in so many times, or should I say so often. So when you probably upgrade cooldown, it's going to make it so you can call in your drone more often or quicker. The next 3 things here is speed, range, stealth, mark area, and noisemaker. So speed is just going to make it so that your drone is going to be able to move around a little bit further. Range, there's probably 2 things with this. One is going to be the fact that you're going to be able to fly it away from your character a little bit further, and you might be able to tag enemies from farther away. Next, you have stealth, which obviously the drone's going to make a little bit of noise. So maybe this is going to basically make it a little bit quieter so enemies aren't going to be able to hear it. You're going to be able to get closer to enemies without being detected. Mark area, I'm assuming maybe that has something to do with being able to mark a target at a certain distance. And then noisemaker, I'm assuming there's like a sort of an attachment to it. So basically you can kind of use it as a decoy. It'll make a certain noise and be able to pull guards in that direction. And then the last section here, you have zoom, explosive, EMP, armor, and thermal vision. These are probably all little skill sets that'll go with the drone. So zoom, you're going to be able to kind of aim in and zoom as if it's like binoculars. Explosive, you're basically going to turn it into an explosive drone, as you guys will see later in this video. EMP is going to basically turn it into an EMP drone. It's going to disable all the electronics when it explodes. Armor, obviously that's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to make it so that if your drone does get shot at, it's going to take more bullets to take it down. And then thermal vision is going to go right along with night vision, except you're basically going to get a thermal infrared sensor on it, which is going to make all your targets glow red, which is actually a really cool feature. So next up we have item. This one's actually pretty cool. This is basically where you get all your grenades and your binoculars and stuff like that. So the first category, you have frag grenade, binocular zoom, mine, and diversion grenade. So obviously frag grenade, as you upgrade it, you're going to be able to carry more frag grenades. Next, binocular zoom. Binoculars are a very big part of this game. You basically use the binoculars to mark targets and stuff like that. And you're going to be able to zoom them in obviously further when you upgrade the binoculars. Mine, it's just another basically an equipment you can use and lay down mines. For instance, if you're going to extract and you want to put down a mine so vehicles can't follow you, or you can set up mines where guards are patrolling, and then kaboom, no more guard. Diversion grenade. That's pretty much, if you guys want to go back to like a Call of Duty Black Ops 1, it's going to be kind of like a decoy grenade. You're going to throw it. It's going to make some noise and stuff like that and lure guards away. Next category, you have parachute, C4, binocular, recon, and thermal vision. Obviously parachute, I'm assuming you don't start with one, so you're going to have to upgrade this so that you have one, or it's going to be able to be deployed at a higher altitude. I'm not exactly sure. C4, pretty self-explanatory. It's going to give you the ability to carry C4. Binocular, recon, I'm not quite sure how this is actually going to work, if it's going to increase your range of being able to tag enemies with the binoculars or tag multiple enemies simultaneously. And then thermal vision is just going to basically make it so you can see thermal infrared layer in your binoculars, which is going to be very, very crucial if you were at nighttime or in rain or something like that. Lastly, you have the flashbang and the flare gun. Flashbang, pretty self-explanatory, tactical grenade. It flashes the enemies. And flare gun, I'm not exactly sure if this is going to work for just extractions or not, but it's going to be able to use tactically in the game, so I'm looking forward to using that and seeing how that works. Next up, physical. This is basically the traits of your actual character and how he can move around and stuff like that. So the first two are stamina and no pain. Obviously stamina, probably going to make it so that you can sprint longer, maybe hold your breath when you're using a sniper rifle longer, stuff like that, which is going to be crucial the further you progress in the game. And then no pain, I'm assuming this is going to be sort of like a body armor in some way, shape, or form. It's going to basically make it so you can take a little bit more damage, and it's not going to affect how your player is behaving in the game. Next, you have car shield, quiet running, and bullet resistance. Car shield, honestly, I'm not exactly sure what that is. I'm very curious to see exactly what that is. It's kind of vague. Obviously, quiet running is going to make it so that you're going to be able to sprint quieter, kind of like a dead silence thing in Call of Duty. It's going to be able to make it so that you can sneak up on enemies without having to be crouched the entire time. And bullet resistance, pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, it's going to act sort of like body armor. It's going to be able to make it so that you're going to be able to take more bullets before you are downed or dead, obviously. And then the last section here, you obviously has not unlocked yet, but you have detection, explosive resistance, and air vehicle shield. So detection, I'm assuming that basically when you get too close to enemies, there's a little detection meter that pops up. It's going to make it so that you're going to be able to get closer to enemies without being detected. Explosive resistance, pretty self-explanatory. It's basically going to make it so you can take more damage from explosives without being downed or dead. And then lastly, air vehicle shield. Obviously, now I'm thinking about this. The car shield and the air vehicle shield, I'm assuming is going to allow you to take more damage while you're in a car or in a air vehicle. It's going to allow you to take more damage. But the last two, squad and rebel support, we do not get to see in this video. But obviously, there's probably going to be some pretty cool perks and stuff like that, traits in those categories. But yeah, this was really cool to be able to see the traits and everything, the skills broke down into that much detail. I'm assuming it's going to take a little grinding to be able to get enough skill points to unlock a lot of those cool features. But I'm really looking forward to this game and being able to see more in-game footage of how this is going to work. Also in this video, guys, if you actually go check it out on Ubisoft's YouTube channel, they do talk about raids. I'm really curious to see if we're going to be able to do that in multiplayer. That would be absolutely epic if we could do raids in multiplayer. That would just literally put this game up and above and beyond my expectations. So hopefully we do get some really cool things like that in the multiplayer side. Like I said earlier in one of my other videos, we have not really seen what the competitive multiplayer is going to be. If we're going to get any like team deathmatch, you know, capture the flag, those kind of game modes, or some of the game modes from like Ghost Recon Future Soldier. But only time will tell. We're getting pretty close to the announcement of the beta, and the game is less than 2 months away. But that's pretty much all for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it or you guys found this video helpful, make sure to drop a like. It really helps me out, and it only takes a second. Also, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe for more Ghost Recon content in the upcoming weeks leading up to the launch. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.